So next question is that would you pick several tradition which is really unique in the Scarsdale?
The first thing that we do, I think, differently is our graduation ceremony. I think we have a specific way of graduating. And you want me to wait a little bit or to?
Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Mohammed Anasim and this is Wanyang Lee over here with us. This is our co-host for this episode over here since Aisha and Zainab have some exams issues, so that's why they can't be in this episode. But we have Wanyang over here who might also, by the way, be leading the podcast club next year as well. So please look forward. We look forward to it as well. And today we have two very special guests over here for our episode 4 of SIS Talks.
Oh Lord, Navadak.
We have number one, सबसे पहले, our principal of the school, Mr. Romuald Delattre over here. And then we have the principal of K to 8, Miss Fatima Ejaz over here. By the way, Miss Fatima, for background information, has taught me since my basically middle school years, and I was one of her students as well. So I have been with Miss Fatima and with Mr. Delattre.
Hence, that explains my mental capacity.
But thank you
for
so much.
many years.
Thank you so much for the invitation.
So, Mr. Delattre and Ms. Fatma, with this order, could you please introduce yourselves to us and the audience?
All right. So again, thank you very much for the invitation. It's always a pleasure to come to participate in such activities. So my name is Romuald Delattre. I'm the headmaster at Scarsdale. And my journey at Scarsdale started in 2007 when I joined the school as a part-time French teacher for a year or two. And then the coordinator of the K-8, which was Miss Lualdi Blacklaws, poached me from the French center when I was working to become a full-time French teacher at Scarsdale, which I did, and I enjoyed thoroughly those years as a French teacher. And eventually, again, Miss Lualdi, as she was promoted to becoming the principal, she asked me if I would like to be the high school coordinator. And I accepted it, of course. So I did it for several years. Then, still at Scarsdale, I went back for teaching as well as being the high school coordinator. I taught economics for many years also. And then they made me the high school principal, which means that I took care of the college counseling, and I did it for several years as well. And around 2.5 years ago, they had the silly idea to ask me to be the headmaster of the school, and I accepted. So I'm currently the headmaster and the college counselor as well, because I still help the kids with the college application. So that's my journey at Scarsdale. That is still going on, but that traces back to 2007 indeed. Yes.
That's a long time.
So, I was born in 2005. So, 2006. So, basically.
I came to Pakistan in 2005.
Oh, it's been 18 years, almost
Yes.
19 now.
Almost 19.
I think that same age as me, basically. So you came to Pakistan for me.
Because you were born, exactly. Yes.
So what about you, Miss Fatma?
All right. My name is Fatima Ejaz, and I have been here at Scarsdale since 2006. It's been 18 years. I just had recently come back from the United States in 2006. So my father found this job for me. And I happened to be over here, and Miss Sabah Haroon, our director of the school, she took my interview. And on my first day at work, I was late. And not by few minutes, I was late for 1 hour, 15 minutes. I was at 9:15. Please don't ask me why, but I was late. I did not make a good impression, but nonetheless, I stayed around long enough. I was hired as a grade 1 teacher. And after a few years, I was moved to grade 4, social studies and science teacher. And then again, there was one day in some time in July where Mr. Waldi, our mentor basically, ended up calling me and she asked me to write down this list. And I wasn't too sure why she's asking me to write down all these things. It's not my job, or it's not. And then later on, I found out that she had promoted me to be the coordinator.
Later on.
Yes. So And since then, I've been a part of the management team. And every day, this school contributes to my learning and has become my second home.
It's our second home for us as well because we spend most of our time over here.
Maybe your first home.
Maybe our first. I was saying
So,
that in
yes.
the last podcast as well. We spend too much time.
Too much time at school.
But it's fun.
But yeah,
That is true.
don't mind.
Yeah.
So I want to ask both of you now that what's the most unexpected thing that has ever happened to you guys during Scarsdale in your time? So we can start with Miss Fatma this time and then sort of that.
Okay.
Oh, that's a very interesting
Unexpected.
question. I wish you had told me before because we have many, many memories to process, right?
Yes,
Many, many
past
things
18
happened.
years.
Pick
Yeah.
the best one.
All the good and bad you're talking?
Anything, the most unexpected. You were not expecting that.
Well, I'll be dishonest not mentioning it. The last year was a roller coaster for us. It was completely unexpected. We were caught off guard. We did not see this coming. We were not expecting it to go viral.
Oh,
Yes, that
last
was
year.
the most unexpected catastrophe I've ever had.
Yeah, I would agree on that also.
Yes.
The most difficult one in terms of scope as well, because
Yes.
it had a reach way beyond the school, up to even my family in France.
To
and-
everybody. I mean, we
So,
had people
yeah.
calling from all parts of world. I had teachers who had left Scarsdale a long time ago, calling me during that time, asking me what have I done for school,
Yeah.
trying to teach me a lot of things, and were inquiring also. So it was a bit, it was messy, and it was heartbreaking on many levels, on personal levels, on professional level. I think nothing tops.
No, I think it was
Nothing
definitely
tops.
the biggest one, the most important, the most visible one.
Yeah,
as
Yes,
well.
that's true.
It occurred in my first real year as a principal, so that was definitely a kind of training for all of us. Ms. Fatima is right to say we were caught off guard, definitely. Nobody expected that. It never happened before. Okay, but what I like to remember is the positive.
Yes.
And through that, we really witnessed unity from the kids, from the staff, from the parents as well. We learned how to respond to it.
I think we grew together, we grew closer as a team, even as a community. I mean, we were always close with our students, but I think after that incident, it just kind of, you know how we live by all for one, one for all. It was so visible and it was so heartfelt at times as well. So it was a learning curve, but not in the most amazing ways.
Yeah.
It is true. And it was so extraordinary
Yeah.
that it really bonded us together.
True.
Because we knew that Scarsdale is not about this. It has
Absolutely.
never been about this.
I remember.
And,
Yeah, I remember
so-
when it happened. We were all like at our house. Like during that time, we went home from school. I think it was a Friday, right?
It was a PTC time.
It was PTC.
PTC time,
So
yes.
we all went home. We all were like, okay, something happened. We weren't thinking about it that much. And then at night, we all saw we all saw like open Instagram and it was right in front of us. And we were like, wait, are we famous or something?
Oh,
But
we were
not in a
trending.
good way, obviously. Are
You
we
see,
famous?
those people who are at school probably know the history
Yeah.
a little bit here and there.
You know everything.
Yes. So the initial reaction was different than what we received after
Yeah.
the media decided to
Yeah.
step in.
The initial reaction
Um,
was like,
Yes, the story, I don't know if I should say it blew out of proportion.
It did.
It did.
And people got carried away with their emotions, also with their statement how one incident should not define the values of any person, and that's a learning curve for us also. So now if something goes viral or something a news just flashes on the screen that says all the negative stuff about some institution or some place, I am not judgmental anymore because I know how it feels to be on the other side. That it's very quick to make an opinion, an assumption, yes. But there has to be a story behind it. So, in a way, it kind of molded me personally as well. But as a school community, oh, we came close. It was a completely different feel at school right after that incident.
Yeah, it is true. And
We were closer before as well,
we were,
mind you. Yes.
it has always been,
Um,
unity has been something at
yes.
Scarsdale, from the staff, the admin. It has always been the way we work. And I wouldn't be able to explain how do we create it, because even newcomers in the team, they always feel this unity. We don't specially work for it.
Yes, that's true.
We all work for the school. So I guess when you do your best, the best happens around you. But to go back to this, yes, it was definitely a training time for us
Oh, yeah.
on many levels. And where we are today, to me, is also, I am always thankful for whatever is happening, even the bad. It has happened for a reason. It has taught us many things.
Yes, it has.
And our parent community, I have to mention that they really, really were supporting us. The amazing response we received from the parents visiting Miss Fatima's office was very, very much appreciated, first of all, and heartwarming.
Reassuring,
Definitely.
positive.
They knew it was not Scarsdale. So it's a lesson for all of us that whatever happens in life, you take it, you face it, and you do your best to respond the best way.
Yeah.
And whatever has to come will come.
Yeah, now that's like more positive for this side. Can you share a memorable student, a prank or a mischief that still makes you chuckle?
Oh, there are many. There are many of that. For the prank, I mean the one that we received Jahan for the second episode, and
That was fun.
their prank was very interesting. But eventually, the one who wanted to prank got pranked,
Trying to
Yeah.
get in return.
breaking the glass
all remember
window
the door story.
and all this. So for me, it's something that makes me smile. And whenever I can see Jahan, we laugh about this because it was so unexpected. I didn't want to be dragged into the prank, yet they dragged me into that to fix that. So it was a funny time. It was really, really a funny time. So I always look back at it with and I chuckle and I laugh about
Funny
it. Yeah.
things happen every now and then with the kids, or while they're presenting. They would start. There have been a time where they would not call my name, call me Mr. Baldi. So, and I'm looking, okay, let's not stop the spontaneity, because probably they practiced it with her in mind. But, these silly things happen, and that make your day a special one, because you laugh about it even when you remember after 10 years or 15 years.
And something, for example, that to me was very touching as well is during the fun fair when we had Mahat playing the drums.
Yes.
And it was amazing the way it took place, and it captured the whole audience.
Yeah.
For 5 minutes, people were just focusing on Mahad, and to see smiling and the way he played the drums
I
was
remember
crazy.
it was so fascinating. I was smiling so hard that my jaws were hurting.
When we were at the stalls, and all of us over there, we weren't paying attention in the start. When we heard the drums, we were like, who is talented enough to playing?
Yeah, it was.
And it was Mahar, and we were like, damn, that's good, So
We were
all so-
enjoying Mahat playing, but I was also enjoying the support that we were getting
Yeah.
from the audience.
Yes, really.
All the positivity that was coming from behind us was amazing.
Oh,
concert with him as well.
Yeah,
yes,
we should.
no
He's a superstar.
doubt.
I'll sing.
we'll talk about this then.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
मेरी बात I'm
I heard you the other night when you were trying to do karaoke. G. So
Yes, you're right. I got to see the recording.
the
of
auto
that.
tune.
You guys weren't there, nah. You guys didn't see what happened over there.
Live, Oliver.
Live, the mini
Goodness
concerts
me.
we had. We had two mini concerts
maybe
on both
so.
days, one at night and one in the day. And the whole room was
You
full.
should have one for teachers also.
And I should have one for teachers. The thing is, some teachers, I'll just call them specifically. I'll be like, okay, you guys are invited to the concert. You guys can come. We can have the gymnasium as well. Where we
course,
can hold
yeah.
the concert. We need big speakers, a stage, a disco ball,
You will
He
again
has got
come to me with the
another-
whole
School will
list.
pay for it. The school will pay for it.
Yes, of course. And you will have the studio light as well. Yes, of course, yes.
So yeah. I have another question now. With so many years under your belt, what's the most heartwarming graduation moment that you guys have witnessed?
There's so many.
the heartwarming
so many.
graduation moment.
The most heartwarming graduation moment.
I used to look forward to Colonel Aziz's introduction to each and every student.
Yes.
He has done it so well. And I was not aware of the fact that he observes each and every person with such depth that he's even making their silly little traits look so fascinating that you laugh about it. And he had his own way. Every year that was till Colonel Aziz was around
Yes.
was a thing to listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, I think the most heartwarming one will be the coming one, because my son is graduating, obviously. So it puts me in a
Yeah.
personal as well position here. To see my son graduate will be something different also.
I think I remember for my first batch that I taught in grade 1, when they graduated, that was very emotional for me. I had specially come to attend their graduation because the connection with them was I can't describe it.
Yeah, that's the first.
I think the mothers weren't crying, but I was definitely crying.
Miss, you know what I think? I think Sir on Ryan's graduation might cry as well.
I
think-
maybe I can bet. I think he
I'm a
will.
bit-
Let's bet. Let's bet.
I
How
think
much?
he will.
How much, miss?
Well, whatever it is, he's gonna pay. So
No, I'm a tough person, but can we release the episode after graduation?
He's your son, so I
To be
think.
continued.
I think because he's your son, I think he might. You might cry on his
I
graduation.
think you will. Do you see yourself crying?
Well, could be. I don't know. I don't know.
Let's see.
We
But,
both will be watching
Like
just
taking
him.
picture
Oh,
with
yeah.
your daughter, like when she got the award, you were taking a picture with her
Yeah.
like so happily. As I can tell you are
It's
really
a
having
special moment,
confidence
yeah.
and proud to your
Maybe,
kid.
maybe.
So,
But like I said, release the episode after graduation. That I don't have to give account on that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
the next question is: if Scarsdale had a legendary teachers Hall of Fame, who would be the first inductee?
A famous teacher.
Yeah, legendary teachers Hall of Fame. Who would be the first inductee?
Oh.
Well, for me, if it was a legendary teacher, it would be also my first very much mentor, which is Colonel Aziz. Colonel Abdul Aziz was someone special, definitely. I remember when Miss Loaldi wanted me to become the high school coordinator, she told me to keep it a secrecy because we already had someone in the position. And so it was hard for me because I couldn't talk to anybody. But one day we had a staff meeting and I was sitting next to Colonel Aziz. And so when the meeting was over, everybody left. He said, "Sir, you should stay here for a second." I said, "Okay, sir." And then he did like that. We say, "So congratulations." I said, "What?" He said, "You'll be the high school coordinator." "How do you know, sir?" "Oh, I know, don't worry." And I felt so relieved. I started opening up to him. "Oh, yes, sir, I'm like this. And I want to tell you about this and this. And this." It was such a relief. But from that moment on, he was my biggest support. I was a beginner a novice as a high school coordinator. Lots of things I had to learn. And we had lots of things happening in high school. You know what it is about. It was the same back in the days. So he was my biggest support. My soundboard as well. I was consulting him and he was always encouraging me. He was pushing me, advocating for me. So for me, he will always be someone very special. No doubt, yeah.
For me, it's very difficult to pick one person
True, yeah.
because in the past 18 years, my life has gone crazy levels as well. So I have found mentors for professional reasons also, for personal reasons also. But I would have to say Umara. She has
Yeah.
been my
Yes.
backbone. She has been
I can see
so many people's backbones in a life-saving boat. It's the comfort that the panic is there,
Yes.
but the comfort is also over there that I get from her, the support, the reality check that I need
true, yeah.
sometimes. And I went out in front of her. So I think she's been incredible. And what I'm doing right now is because the support that I have in my office, I know there's somebody watching my back.
Yeah. We always
So-
see you two in the office like together,
Yes.
all the time.
So, whatever
Yeah.
we're doing, we're just making sure that each other
Yeah.
is on the same page. So it's
You guys are like a team.
yes, alhamdulillah.
Yes. So we've all had these moments where we couldn't help but laugh at ourselves. Can you recall a time when you had a stifle or a giggle during a serious school event? Other than this podcast now.
Other than the first, okay.
Yes.
Oh, there have been so many. Acha. So when you work with your friends, who with team members who become your friend,
Yeah.
and something goes off, the eye contact that you make across the room sometimes is louder than the words that you speak.
Yes.
So
yes.
we had a colleague, Kanza,
Yes.
who was working at Scarsdale as a data room manager. And, we had to make sure that Kanza, I, and Omara would not sit anywhere close or anywhere we could make that eye contact, because no matter what meeting, I'm a part of management also. So I know a lot of secrets that people don't. So when you're talking in secret terms, who are they talking about?
Yes.
So the eye contact, even I make that with Mr. Delattre also.
Oh.
You reach to a certain comfort level that you're like, okay, we know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
So there've been so many, but the lesson is, please do not sit with your friend, otherwise it can turn into a disaster.
That is what we as students also have a rule. But the thing is, with us, it's with whenever we're getting like a little scolded or whenever it's a serious
Yeah.
Yes, of
class,
That's
course.
true.
Yeah.
we do not need to look at each other, because I know if I make contact with anyone
You're done.
of my friends, I am done. I remember once, I can recall, I'm sorry, but I can recall event that happened with me. I remember Sir Delattre over there. It was an assembly. Sir
Okay.
Delattre was there, and me and Ryan were sitting at the back, like at the far corner. I remember us laughing and looking at each other for something. And then during the assembly, Sir Delattre was like, Ayan and Ryan, can you guys please not talk? And I'm like, he saw us. I
Yes,
remember
yes,
this
yes,
one
yes.
instance I remember vividly, and he's like, and afterwards we came to him and he's like, I know you guys were talking behind me. Yeah, Ayan, you were talking to my son, and Ryan, you were making Ayan laugh, and I'm like, maybe. So yeah. So what's the event like this for you, sir?
Well, I would second what Miss Fatima says. It's not only one event as such, but lots of things. I remember times during the accreditation, for example, when we
Whoa.
were working very late in the afternoon, sometimes in the evening as well, and preparing documentations and having the online meetings, or when the team came also physically here as well. This was often, this type of moment take place when it is a very pressurizing time. And accreditation is crucial. So the pressure is at the top of
You
the
can
top.
feel it, yes.
And sometimes it's kind of way to let go of the pressure, to just have these little laughter sessions and based on small details. So, but I don't have any specific example to give. But what we can take out from that is that the most pressurizing times are always prone to have the best laughters. Always,
That's
yeah.
true. I would agree, definitely. Pressurized times.
Yeah, it is true. And the more you try to control it,
Yeah.
the worse it gets.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
so-
does.
And then if
Indeed.
it's a teacher in front of us, the more they
Same.
get mad.
Same, exactly. That's
Just how students think that we were not able to manage the situation. Even you, as old as us, we fail miserably when we get an eye contact with a friend. We do silly stuff
yes,
also.
we do, of course,
And
And get
definitely.
into trouble.
Yeah.
I think you guys will understand the next time something like this happens to us students as well.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We might. Let's see.
Let's see.
I have to share one story.
Gee.
So it was again accreditation time.
Okay.
And we were working. So, for small little things that we were able to achieve, we were celebrating somehow, whether it be a coffee treat, whether it be, eating from outside or having a, food delivered. So one of the things that we would do is that a colleague of mine and I would start dancing, not dancing, but, little bit a step here and there in my office. So we were cherishing something that we had done that nobody was expecting us to do, this soon. And here comes Miss Sabah, who is our director, by the way, crossing our office right that very instant when we both were dancing. And then she stops and she comes in, "What are you guys celebrating?" And we giggled, and then I don't know what she said or what I said. It was so hazy after that. She went downstairs and probably spoke to our headmistress at that time. So when she called us downstairs and she says, "Apparently, you guys don't have enough work. You people are dancing in your office." So we were haunted with that. Now, if I want to celebrate something like this in my office, I have to make sure that Miss Sabah is not crossing.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also make sure that teachers are not crossing the road.
Teachers know me well, but
Us teachers.
yes, of
Yes,
course.
as well.
For you is Miss Sabah, for us is basically teachers.
Yes,
in the same
exactly. So you can
Yeah.
imagine.
way. Yes. Definitely.
That's really
So,
fun.
yeah.
Okay. The next question is that is there any unique and special tradition in Scarsdale to remember?
Well, let me think. Let me think. I would say the graduation. I would say the graduation. I really like the procession, especially when they dim the lights and the seniors come holding the candles and giving the candles away to the juniors as a symbol of transition that you are now the future senior. I really like it, and I like the impact it has on the audience. When you can see the parents, everyone is standing naturally just to welcome the seniors walking in, and then when they go on the stage, I really like this type of tradition that we do something special, and this goes back to me or to Colonel Aziz and myself working on the graduation many years ago, and it was always a very interesting time because he was very perfectionist as well. And he was always getting very angry because the kids would come late. They sometimes wouldn't come. They would not have their speeches ready or something like that. So we were always sitting, Colonel Aziz and myself, for hours and making the plan where to sit the kids, what to do and everything like that. And each time we would do the rehearsal, 2-3 kids wouldn't come. It would always upset us. But eventually, on the day of the graduation, it always went well. Not once I can remember having a mishap or a problem during the procession. And Colonel Aziz was always very proud of that. And so am I nowadays very proud of the way the graduation ceremony takes place. So I would mention that one for me. Yeah.
Yeah. So what about you, Miss Fatma?
For me, I think the oath-taking ceremony of National Honor Society and National Junior Honor Society means a lot to me, because the school is not about academics. It's about making sure that our kids are turning up as good humans. And these two societies directly work towards this cause. I mean, be it citizenship, scholarship, leadership, these are major attributes that we all need, no matter how old we are. So the whole idea of taking oath and, promising to yourself and to people right in front of us is amazing.
You can see us as well, the good students of Nat.
Yes, I'm
sitting
looking
over
at
here.
them.
Yes, of course.
The
Yeah.
ex-president and the current vice president over here.
Yes,
You see?
yes, indeed, indeed.
So, anyways, as seasoned educators, I have a question for you guys. What's the craziest excuse a student has given for not turning in their homework?
There are so many.
Oh, there are so many. I've had grandparents dying more than once, for example.
Yeah.
Literally.
The mother having a baby also.
Yeah, it has happened
Yeah,
also.
it has happened.
I
There's so
had-
Serious
many.
though. And
I had homework being stolen. Someone came at home to steal the homework. Trust me, sir, it really happened. Yes.
That does it.
So much effort to avoid from doing
Yes,
I
yes,
mean,
yes. So
Shark ate my homework as well.
I mean, they're
you
typical
see,
excuses,
it
you know.
can happen. It
I
can
forgot
happen.
the copy at home, at a tutor's house, or at my grandparents' place. I don't know, somebody stole it, at school. But a proper robbery taking place.
It has happened.
Sometimes so
I
much.
think it was one of their classmates who definitely came to steal their homework at home, you know.
And the laptops also break very conveniently
Yes.
right before the presentations. I'm not sure about this.
Miss, sir, do you guys remember when there was COVID? We had online classes. I remember every one of my classmates their laptop was broken.
Or the camera, or the
The
camera.
webcams.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have a very funny story.
Yes,
So
yes.
this reminded me of, I don't know how this is connected, but this is a funny
It's
thing.
okay.
Yeah.
So we were having these online classes, and the teachers were coming to school while the kids were at home. So one of the staff member, her child was in, I think, grade 3 or grade 4, and there was Urdu class or some class was taking place. So I received this call, and I pick it up, and here is another teacher saying that, could you please check the son of so and so teacher? He's not attending the questions and answer session that we're having in the online classes, but he's definitely playing. His mic is not mute, and I could hear that he's playing on a PlayStation. So, you can hear fire, fire, something like this. So I ended up calling the mother, and I said, who is supervising your child at home? She says, well, I don't know, maybe a maid or maybe somebody. I said, well, tell her to do a good job, because right now everybody knows that he's playing a game. And then what happens? I receive another call. So he just mutes the mic.
Oh.
In the online class,
But still playing.
still playing and still refusing not to work. So this was fun.
And that was a,
Yeah.
I guess the problem happened in COVID.
Yes, it was a
Online
problem.
classes. Work,
The
actually.
internet dies also very quickly.
Strange. There was a shortage of webcams,
Yes,
of people fixing webcams also.
yes, of
And
course.
the internet connection was at the lowest during
Yes,
COVID.
definitely.
Yes.
Collapsing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The internet collapsed, Miss Fatma. I couldn't do any
There was
assignment.
one reason that student didn't come to online class as well. Like
Yes.
my
Yes,
internet doesn't
yes,
work.
exactly.
And
now as
they're
well.
disappearing for some hours.
Yeah.
Everybody, so the class ends, everybody is left. That one student is still in the class with the mic and camera off.
Yeah.
You know what they're doing,
Uh-huh. The sleeping.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, I sleep
We've
as
got a
well.
few.
Yes, of course.
We've got a few
We
people.
caught many red-handed.
Yeah, we've got a few.
I'm guilty, at times, but yeah. So
Yeah. Okay. Next question is that. Can you share a behind-the-scene glimpse into a faculty meeting that unexpectedly turned into a comedy hour?
Most of them, I
The
would say.
accreditation time usually.
Definitely this one. You see, like we spoke about before, we know each other so well. We've been working with each other for so many years that we know what to do, we know how to do it, we know what triggers what also. So our meetings are very professional, yet there is always a part of comedy,
Yes.
always a part of joke, always something funny happening.
Yes.
So it's difficult for me right now, on the top of my head, to take something out right now. But it's a silver lining in all the meetings we have where we talk about something like that, and then something funny comes up.
Most of the people in our faculty have been here for more than 10, 12 years. And so there's a level of comfort. So even if a newbie comes in, they are very surprised to see the comfort level or how everybody's close. So they kind of merge in. And even we recently had a meeting at Mr. Delattre was training us for OKRs. These are our objectives. All of us have it. So we were mocking at each other. We were making fun. Oh, you won't get to this. ये तो तुम्हारी पहुंच से भी ऊपर है. So this is the comfort level that we were learning also. So that's an everyday faculty meeting. We should invite them and let them see what we do
Yeah, we should do
and
it
how
live.
we do it.
Do it like
you know,
yes,
that's
exactly.
funny. I remember you all. By the way, you guys are like your guys' faculty meetings usually happen in middle school. I remember.
They
Sometimes
still do.
They still do. There was this one instance where I was looking for something. By the way, no student was supposed to be in school at that time.
Yes, it's done usually after school.
Yeah, after school. And especially me, I wasn't supposed to be there because I had to be somewhere else.
Why are you always at the wrong place at the wrong time?
This is the right question. Exactly.
I'm there to catch people, in laughing in meetings. But yeah, at that time, I was wandering around middle school and the grade 8 classes,
Mhm.
I was looking in one of them and I saw all the teachers over there. I was looking for Sir Amir, I remember. And I saw all the teachers in there and Miss already at that time. And I was like, why is everyone over here? I just knocked the door and I was like, "Hi, Sir Amir, can I talk to you?" So I'm like, "Beta, you can't come in. We have a meeting over here." And I'm like, "Oops." I don't think Sir Amir would remember that because it was a like 2 second interaction. Because it was like, and I was like, "Okay, bye bye. मैं जा रहा हूँ."
But you see, you were still daring enough to knock at the door and to
Exactly.
open, which shows the spirit we create at Scarsdale as
Yeah.
well. We want the kids to be confident and to be somehow daring. I mean,
Yeah.
me at my time, I would have never dared to open the door.
Oh,
Where
not
teachers
even go
would
in
be
the same
sitting.
corridor where the
Seriously,
meeting is
I would
taking
have
place.
run away. So hats off to you for being so confident.
फिर मैं हूँ भी
Definitely.
थोड़ा सा इस तरह.
Thoda?
Yeah.
So that's-
A little bit, you can say.
Okay.
I agree with a really good relationship between teachers and Scarsdale.
Yes.
So if I am the teacher, then I really want to have that kind of relationship with teachers too.
Oh yes,
Like,
it's
no
important. It
competition,
matters.
Like no comparison. Like really. really
I'm sure there would be, but not to an extent that it's politically done. You know how I have heard different schools having somewhat of politics going on, but we might have it too, but on a very minor scale, because everybody is so confident in their own skin.
Yeah.
They're so sure of what they're doing.
Yeah, so
They don't need anybody else's downfall to feel better or be better than other person. I mean, everybody is a team. So if Mr. Delattre achieves something, I'm happy for him because I worked as a team with him. So
Yes.
if I have achieved something, everybody else is as happy as I am because everybody contributed towards my success. So when you start thinking that you're not one person army, everybody makes an army, then you understand. So I think that's
I
what.
study in many schools at this point, but what I have noticed with Scarsdale specifically, which is the reason why I stayed over here as well, is that everyone over here is basically supporting each other. It's like a family. Even the teachers are supporting students, teachers are supporting each other, and the vibe is just good. You know, there's this vibe.
And our accreditation team caught on that also, because they said it was a family affair.
Yes,
It-
exactly.
everybody
They
was so
did
involved.
stress on that.
I remember there was this one accreditation thing which you guys called me and Rayan and Mahad actually. STEM one.
For the
Yes.
STEM
STEM one.
certification. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember over there we started talking and we were laughing with them. The team was there online, some people from USA, and they were just talking to us, and we started laughing and we were joking around with them. That's how it was, and they were like, "Yeah, I like you guys." One of them was like, "I like you guys. You know, you guys should come over here as well." We're like, "Okay, send the ticket."
Send us the ticket.
Please, please, please. More than welcome. You're more than welcome. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Good one.
So, now I have a question for you guys. If you could magically transport back to your first day at Spark,
Oh Lord.
what advice would you give to yourself?
Beyond time.
Beyond time, I would
Definitely.
agree.
Definitely,
agree.
for sure.
I have
Beyond
first
time.
impression, please.
Lord, you know how much time it took me to wear off that first impression? Long time with
Can
Mr.
imagine.
Valdi.
Oh. Imagine that, yeah.
Mhm.
For me, I'm not quite sure. My first day happened almost by itself. I was very much aware of what was happening, to be honest. Basically, when I came in 2005, I worked for a French company. We were digitalizing the map of the French territory. So I was the director of the customer support. For a year and a half, then the company shuts down. But in the meantime, I met the lady that would become my wife, so I stayed in Pakistan. I was only supposed to come here for a year and a half. But I wanted to extend my stay. So I went to the French center and I taught over there. And after a few weeks, they asked me, okay, we have a school that is a French teacher. It's called Scarsdale. It's in DHA, so why don't you go? So the director brought me there. And on the very same day I started, I had no clue what to do. And they gave me very younger ones. So I played some music and started singing. Okay. So the advice I would give to myself is to not be so naive and to ask questions first. What is the job about and what am I supposed to do?
He sings. So we know I've heard him singing, by the way.
You sing?
Yeah, I've heard him.
Tremendously, yes.
So you sing? When did
And that
happen?
too, a Hindi song at an Antakshari that he played with the kids.
Are you like like sang someone's solo?
He could probably.
I
Me.
could maybe. In fact, I have to say I'm a very good singer to myself. My wife
Look at
disagrees,
that.
Oh.
but to myself, I'm a very good singer. So I guess that's what matters the most.
Yeah, that's good.
No.
But yes, I did open the Antakshari more than
It was
once.
such a surprise for all of us.
Yes.
So I think should happen with us as well, you know.
Oh,
As
why
your
not?
senior batch.
You
I
should
would
start singing.
one day you should start
Practice
singing
your
for
I will start
on
from my-
graduation.
Yes.
On graduation. You can sing for
on
Ryan.
graduation.
Oh,
Goodness.
son, my
wow,
lovely
like
son,
special
right?
graduation time movie.
Okay, well, we can talk about this.
We
Yes.
can.
Why not? Yes.
Yeah.
So, was there any like unforgettable, like embarrassed moment? Can you tell when a student innocent misunderstanding led to an amusing situation?
Oh, something embarrassing to us
Yeah.
that we, okay. I make mistake every day. Every day I make mistakes or wrong judgment called. And I remember Miss Lualdi telling me, and Miss Lualdi has been someone central to me, to our development, I would say. But to me, she has been someone of paramount importance. And when she spoke to me, I remember she asked me, she put a little note in my cubbyhole. So that I need to spend 1 hour with you. It was before she appointed me as a coordinator. So I went to see her. I thought I was in trouble. I thought maybe she wanted to hire someone else, whatever, because there was a week from the note till the moment I could see her. So you think a lot.
That's a
You
week
think a lot.
long torture.
And then she eventually offered me the position. But I said, but miss, I don't know what to do. I don't know if I will do a good job. And she told me, you will make mistakes, but you have to eat the humble pie.
Mhm.
She was one of her favorite expression. To eat the humble pie means to eventually learn to say sorry.
Yeah.
So it's not about making mistakes. It's about learning from it and daring to say sorry. And this has always been in my mind that I eat the humble pie every day, which means that my staff will teach me things I don't know. The kids will prove me wrong. And that's what eating the humble pie is. It's to not be pretentious about this, rather to be thankful to God and to the people around you for helping you correcting what was not right. So Mr. Ali, I didn't speak about her, but she was someone of prime importance to me. I know I mentioned Colonel Aziz, but it will be a very long podcast if I mention all the people that really
Yeah.
mattered to me. But Mr. Ali is definitely on the top places, and I would add Dr. Rivka as well, who was also at that time it was her and Colonel Aziz who only knew about me being the high school coordinator, and Dr. Rivka even advocated for me on many occasions. So those three people are very much precious to me in this way. But yes, the humble pie is whenever something embarrassing happened to me, to learn to say sorry, to not be proud, and to eventually move on from that.
We are after all humans. I mean, yes, we are teachers, we are in management. People kind of think that, teachers don't make mistakes or they
they
should
do.
know better.
Yeah.
But, we are humans and things do get little out of control
That is
at our
true.
end
That
also.
is true.
Sometimes overthinking can
Yes.
cause a strange embarrassment moment, so it's a regular thing. We've become so accustomed to it that we brush it off. Okay,
Well,
it's
then
okay, let's move on.
that's kind of a thing.
Move on. Yes. What's next?
Yeah, you learn some tricks, to escape. But I remember once or twice I called the wrong parents to scold their kids. And someone said, okay, let me call your
That's
son
bad.
to the office. I went back in the high school. And when the son came, it was not the one I was talking about. But the parents were there.
And
I
they're
mean,
like,
the wrong
that's
child.
not my son.
So I said, okay, but then eventually I found a way to. But it can be like that.
Yep. Even at the assembly, when you're giving out the certificates, because you meet so many kids, you can get a little confused with the names.
Yeah.
So it happened today even at the assembly. I was giving out a certificate. This girl turns around, I'm not this, I'm that. I'm sorry. There you go. So, these things happen.
The
And
kids are also like very confident. They're like, I'm not this. Like they come forward with
yes.
that.
Or my
confidence.
name is spelled wrong. You
If-
don't know my
if-
name?
If
Yeah.
I was
That
there, I
happens.
wouldn't
Yes,
have
yes.
been that confident at that age. But they are.
Yes.
Over here, they are.
Okay.
But then
Yeah.
they don't shy away. They don't
Yeah.
wait for assembly to be over and see you in the office. No, right
Yeah.
there and then in front of
Yeah.
everybody. Here it is.
Another example I could give include Miss Rualdi and Miss Kanza. It was during our second accreditation.
And I kind of know where you're going.
Remember? And we
Because
were
we laughed at them
Oh,
and
it
with
was
them
crazy.
for this.
we were in Miss Rualdi's office. So Miss Kenza, myself, and Miss Lualdi, and we were ready for the interview. It was a face-to-face
pumped.
interview.
Yeah.
And we had two people coming from USA. And we answered the question, it was going all well. And then they asked us one question. Can you please tell us what is the mission statement of your school?
Mission statement of
Mission statement.
Yeah.
And the three of us, we blanked out.
Mhm.
We had no idea. Miss Lualdi was quiet. Miss Kenza was doing something else. Yeah, I was like that, didn't know where to sit also. And we know it, we knew it, but on that moment, we were unable to recall what it was. And
Nobody remembers it word by word.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ask us now, we would tell you the crux of it, but not word by word. But I'm sure that
it was a long
thank God they didn't ask me that.
Because, in that time, because they wait for the reply. So you are like that. I looked at Miss Kenza, she looked at Miss Lualdi, I look at Miss Lualdi, and then Miss Lualdi tried to say something, it wasn't the right thing. I tried to say something, it was wrong
You
as
guys
well.
tried to cover it up. Yeah.
And those minutes were so long. They were endless. But eventually,
It was, I think, one of the first question. One of the
but
first questions,
it
yes.
set the
Definitely.
pace for. And it was crazy. It was so embarrassing because
And,
we knew it.
I'll continue this story. And when they stepped out of the room, they were all red.
Oh,
And we were like, what happened in there?
Oh, we were crazy.
You guys were going to tell them, oh yeah, yes,
Fern.
this and
Yeah, because the pressure was there, and we really thought that because of that, we wouldn't even get the accreditation.
We did
So-
not know they would ask that.
Yeah, of course,
Otherwise,
yeah.
I would have literally
You remember.
remembered
Learned by
each and
heart.
every word by
Yeah.
heart.
ratta lagaya
Seriously.
hota.
Yes.
Time.
They would have gotten an answer if it was something else related
Mm-hmm.
to data or something. Nobody saw
Mission
that
statement.
coming.
Oh yeah, we don't
So
know
this
that.
time around when we had STEM cognia, we had to
We had-
memorize few of big words. Remember, this is vision statement.
we had printout
This is
also.
mission statement.
Yeah.
Goodness, and we had
So,
printouts
we had
right in front of us.
printout as well. We learned by experience, So
Yeah.
that's what happened. Yes.
I want to ask if Scarsdale had its yearbook superlatives for teachers,
Oh.
what titles would you award yourselves and why? So, for this one,
I'm so
whoever
good
thinks of
at
it
That's
first.
difficult here.
giving a title to other people. I've never
We
thought about
remember we
myself.
did the calendar once when we were having the superheroes title,
Yes.
and I guess we were the problem solvers or something like that. Remember the picture we took?
I'm not sure problem solver, problem maker,
but I
but
was,
somewhere on those
I was
lines.
sitting like
Yes,
that,
and I was
you were
there
behind,
going
I
crazy.
think it was problem solvers. I mean, but I think that's what we do.
Yeah.
Is every day we don't know what the day will bring.
I don't know. I don't want
Never.
to boast about this, but we are life coaches also.
Yeah, for many people,
For
and
many
the kids as well,
definitely.
and we can have a full agenda ready for the day.
Yeah,
and we'll
nothing
do
being ticked
totally
off.
something else because kids will come, parents will come, the staff will come, and we have to solve their problems before
Yeah.
solving our own issues.
And we would often, stop by and talk to each other and say that I didn't get even one task done
Yeah.
throughout the day, but we were crazy busy from morning till the afternoon.
Yeah.
And nothing on our list was ticked off because there were other things that took priority at
and
that
that
time.
were urgent on the moment, so we have delayed what we were supposed to do. So I would say problem solvers, maybe in a once again, very humble way, but we try the best to
Yeah.
solve the problems of whoever comes to our office.
Counselors, life coaches, again in a humble way. But if people, it's a big thing when people trust us with their problems. They believe that we can help them. So
I
for
think
the
over
two of
here-
us, it's an honor.
I think over here as well, a lot of students trust Mr. Delattre as well, and you as well. For middle schoolers, I think a lot of middle schoolers trust you as well. For high schoolers, it's just us and Mr. Delattre over here. We go to him directly, and
Oh, I stress him out also. So
It's good as well.
But maybe it's also one of the things that is special about Scarsdale. And often teachers coming from different schools, they relate it that it's not like that in all the schools. The principal or the headmaster are not always very easily accessible. I don't know, I never worked in any other school. But maybe that's what again makes Scarsdale special. This proximity. You can walk into Miss Fatima's office. She'll
Yeah,
be
the
here.
open-
you can walk
She will
in.
definitely
Yes.
welcome you and hear you out. The same goes for me. So this type of things we have developed with the passage of the year, and this open door policy, like we call it in the
Yeah.
fancy terms, is very important to us as well.
There are very few times where we were caught up in something really big that we had to tell the person no, not now, come
Yes.
later. But we know that They can send us a voice message. They can send us an email. They can come and see us by themselves. I like that kind of transparency and openness between all stakeholders.
Yeah, that's
So-
true. That's true. I remember this one instance. I went to Miss Fatma's office. I think I had a free class at that time. And I was coming to see you about something very small, like maybe going to middle school to talk to them about one event, I remember. You remember that day, like it was recent as well, like a month ago, 2 months ago, maybe. I came and started talking and we talked about like middle school, grade 7, grade 8 when I was there for a long time. You and Miss Amara and me.
Yes.
I was so shy. I was like, 2 minute ke liye main aaya hu," and the talk was like 25 minutes. And then my class started and I was like, okay, I have to go back now. But I'll come and finish this conversation as well. So like things like that
Yeah.
definitely do happen. So the open door policy is very effective in my opinion as well.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Yeah, yes.
Yeah. Well, then on this note, I think we have taken enough of your guys' precious time. I know you guys are like
Where
very
is the gift voucher
gift voucher.
or the gift basket? Something,
Basket?
because I
Oh.
was kind of.
Usually, a good
thinking.
podcast. Yeah, I'm
Wait,
sure.
I have one more. I have one more.
See?
Oh wow.
Yeah, one more.
So again, I have the smallest one. So the mic was blinking. The gift is small. Hear the message here.
Sir, I am the
See?
gift for you. I am the gift for you. So see, we have books. We have dictionary over here. You can learn words.
School property.
No. Same thing. Same thing. Same thing. We have a lot of stuff. We have the sign over here, And
Oh, nice.
I had to mess with the setting, but yeah.
We should have
will
just a
definitely-
podcast on the sign and how did it come to be made and the
is a
meeting we had and all this. So
The
it
sign is a
deserves
big
one full
story.
podcast.
The sign
just
deserves a full podcast.
talk
The
about
sign
this.
is a whole story that happened to get the sign, but finally, Alhamdulillah, it's here, and I hope it's looking good as well, right above my head over here. But
No, I'm
yeah.
thinking it's looking
Because
great.
right now, like the whole room will look way better. Obviously, I'll be gone by that time. Chunka, I'm
We
graduating.
might have you as a guest speaker in the next
Yes,
year's
yes.
Yeah, that's
podcast.
true.
That
'Cause
would
I'm
be so cool.
graduating now in 2
Oh, that was
months.
so interesting.
Yeah, I mean, in a little more than that,
Couple
on
of
June the
months.
8th. So, but maybe to conclude, I'd like to say that many alumni came to speak to me when we had the alumni dinner, for example, and they could see a difference with Scarsdale compared to when they were at school in terms of what the kids are doing. And it's all thanks to you guys because the idea of the podcast, but also our comic book, the movie clubs, and people, we don't pay attention to that, but people from the outside, they notice it. And lots of them told me, sir, I wish I could come back to school on those days to be part of the same ventures, to be part of the same effort, because what the kids are doing is so amazing. They love the YouTube channel. They love the Scarsdale News Network. We have many, many things nowadays, and it's only run by the kids. And I really, really love it. So hats off to you. I really wish the podcast a long life, not only to leave Pakistan when you will leave Pakistan, but to stay with us, Wong Young to take over with a different team. It must be like that. That's how you create a school culture, by having those initiatives led by the students. So our newsletter is in the same spirit. So keep doing that, keep going, and keep on improving the process. It's a great thing to see. And the alumni, they all are envying you as well. So that's great.
Definitely.
This year round, our graduating class has done marvelous,
Yeah.
marvelous ventures. And the MUN,
Yes, of course,
our
yeah.
very first MUN,
Yeah.
and even the podcast. I mean, you've done a marvelous job. I look forward to, those little
Yeah.
reels that you
The shorts,
end up in
yes,
the
yes,
shorts.
yes.
Yes.
It's a
So-
story, whole story. I think Miss Sana over here in the background would agree.
We
It's
should
a
have
whole
another
story to get
podcast to
It
talk
is,
about
it
this.
is.
Yeah,
So
behind the
it's a
scene.
venture. You guys have made the most out of the school year and the experience also. As we both agree that it is not only about academics,
Yeah.
it's about overall experience as well. We want you to see another part of your personality that, oh, I could be good at this as well. I mean, our STEM department really flourished with with these
Yes, of course.
seniors,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
our younger generation or students look up to you.
Yeah.
You know that, if Ayan can go abroad for STEM competition, and I say for Rayan can do so well with a 3D printer and everything. So, all of these are great examples for our kids who are in grade
Yeah.
11, 10, or even in grade 7 or 8.
Mhm.
So, it's always good to have inspiring seniors
Yeah.
that could really change the whole mood of school.
Yeah.
That is
It's really
true. That is
important to
true.
be motivated seniors.
Yes.
Yeah, to kids.
So, thanks to
Yeah.
you guys.
Thank
Thank
you
you
for
guys
sharing
as
the
well for us
stories
for
today.
sharing and for coming over here as well on our podcast. Delattre once again and Miss Fatma. We will definitely be calling. They will actually definitely be calling you again on our podcast as well. And for everyone watching as well, thank you so much for sticking around if you guys are here till the end. And we hope to see you everyone in the next episode, episode 5 of the SIS Talks podcast.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so much.
and
Thank
Thank
Allah
you.
you.
Hafiz.